And welcome to our Board of Commissioners zoning hearing this March 18th. In lieu of an invocation, we will have a moment of silence followed by our pledge. For those of you who are willing, please join me in our moment of silence. Thank you. Please rise for our pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and our meeting is now called to order. I will turn things over to John Peterson, our zoning manager, and he will walk us through today's agenda.
And thank you, Madam Chair and Board. Today's hearing will be conducted with the following process and procedure. Each case will be called in numerical order. We would ask that the applicant please stand and raise their hand to show that they are in attendance. After that, we're going to call to see if there's anyone here opposed to that specific case. We would also ask that the opposition please stand and raise their hand so they can be counted for the official record. Then, after recognizing both parties will be asked to come forward to be sworn in so they can present testimony to the board. The applicant will testify first, and then the opposition, if any, would testify second. It's important to note that each side only gets 10 minutes to state their case concerns. There's not a rebuttal process, and there's not a process to reserve your time. So please convey all your information to the board within your 10-minute time period. Additionally, if there's more than one person who wishes to speak on your case, you may want to coordinate with each other about what you're going to talk about, because each side only gets 10 minutes and you don't want to cover the same information over and over. After that, the board will start to discuss the case at hand. From the discussion, they may ask one or more speakers to come back to the front for additional comments or questions. After that, the board will make a decision to either approve, deny, hold, or continue the matter at hand. There are 3 cases on today's printed agenda which have been withdrawn without prejudice, and these cases will not be heard. First case is rezoning case Z43 of 2024, Campus Realty Advisors LLC. This case has been withdrawn without prejudice and will not be heard today. Next case is SLEP 9 of 2024, Campus Realty Advisors LLC. This case has been withdrawn without prejudice and will not be heard today. And finally, SLEP 3 of 2025, Swarm Football Club LLC. This case has been withdrawn without prejudice and will not be heard today. There are a number of cases on today's printed agenda which have been held or continued, and these cases will not be heard. First case is rezoning case Z2 of 2024, Florinor Development Group LLC. This case was continued by the staff until the May 6th, 2025 Planning Commission zoning hearing. So Z2 of 2024 will not be heard today. Rezoning case Z68 of 2024, Sachs Austell LLC. This case was held by the Planning Commission until the May 6, 2025 Planning Commission zoning hearing. So Z68 of 2024 will not be heard today. LUP 8 of 2025, Angela Benitez. This case was held by the Planning Commission until the May 6, 2025 Planning Commission zoning hearing. So LUP 8 of 2025 will not be heard today. SLEP 2 of 2025, Freebird Communications LLC. This case was continued by the staff until the April 1st, 2025 Planning Commission zoning hearing. So SLUP 2 of 2025 will not be heard today. And finally, other business item number 14 of 2025, David Pearson Communities, Inc. This case was continued by the staff until the April 15th, 2025 Board of Commissioners zoning hearing. I would like to ask the folks in today's audience, if you have a cell phone, please put the volume on mute. When the phones ring, it does interfere with the broadcast and presentations. And I want to remind applicants, opposition, or any interested party that information is due to this board the Wednesday prior to this hearing. Any information submitted after the Wednesday due date may or may not be considered by the board at their discretion. And with that, Madam Chair and Board, I'm ready to start the consent agenda. Cobb County Board of Commissioners zoning hearing consent agenda for March 18th, 2025. First case on consent is rezoning case Z5, Ali Raza Mahmoudi. Requests a rezoning from GC to NRC for a heating and air contractor in land lot 293 of the 17th District. The property is located on the southwest corner of West Atlanta Street and Oak Ridge Drive. The Planning Commission recommends approval of Z5 to the NRC zoning district subject to the following conditions. Number one, site plan received by the zoning division on December 30th, 2024, with minor modifications to be approved by the district commissioner. Number two, variances for existing setback encroachments as identified on the zoning division comments and recommendations. Number three, striped parking to be added. Number four, landscape buffer adjacent to the west and south property lines to the extent allowable by the current footprint up to 35 feet wide with a privacy fence, planned to be approved by the county arborist. Number five, no outdoor storage, no outdoor display of merchandise. Number six, fire department comments and recommendations. Number seven, water and sewer division comments and recommendations. Number eight, Department of Transportation comments and recommendations. Number nine, stormwater management division comments and recommendations. And number 10, planning division comments and recommendations. Is the applicant present? Let the record show the applicant is here. Is there anyone here opposed to rezoning case Z5? Okay, let the record show there's no one opposed. Moving into other business cases on the consent agenda. The first case is other business item number 5 of 2025. Diana Bickers requests a consideration of a road frontage reduction from 75 feet to 0 feet for track 2 for property located on the north side of Autry Church Road in land lot 39 of the 20th District. Staff recommends approval, subject to the following conditions. Number one, no further subdividing of track 2. Number 2, fire department comments. And number 3, Cobb DOT comments and recommendations. Is the applicant present? Let the record show the applicant is here. Is there anyone here opposed to other business item number 5? Of number 5. Okay, let the record show there's no one opposed.
Commissioner Gamble has a comment.
Okay.
Yes, just for further clarification, John, make sure that we're using the site plan with the revision date of March 5th, 2025.
Okay.
Just for the record, there's been several changes due to the health department having to weigh in on the site plan. And then also, I would like to add a stipulation that the applicant agrees to file the revised plat with the Superior Court Clerk by May 19th of 2025.
Okay.
Yes. Is the applicant here for this particular zoning application? Yes, ma'am. Are you amenable to those conditions? Were you amenable to what the commissioner just shared? Okay, the applicant is nodding yes. All right, thank you.
Okay. All right, next case is other business item number 6 of 2025, which is to consider installing more than 5 EV charging stations, a total of 8 stations on a non-residentially zoned property for Von DeLonda Industries, Inc. The property is located on the east side of Chastain Meadows Parkway and on the west side of Bells Ferry Road in land lots 498, 499, 510, and 511 of the 16th District. Staff recommends approval, subject to the plans contained in the other business packet. Is the applicant present? Let the record show the applicant is here. Is there anyone here opposed to other business item number 6? Let the record show there's no one opposed.
All right, and just a brief comment, I want to thank Commissioner Burrell and John Peterson for meeting with the applicant, with myself, and talking through some of the issues that were shared with the community association. I believe we were able to get those resolved. And Commissioner, again, want to thank you for addressing the landscaping and I believe a community meeting as well. Did you want to add anything?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, and I too want to thank you all for coming together, and we did have a very productive meeting. And the things that Van der Lande agreed to that aren't really part of this hearing, but from previous zonings and future zoning development.
Yes.
They have agreed to do what certain things now that aren't really required. So they are complying with a lot of our wishes, not necessarily requirements. So, and so
Yes.
this will be, we'll stay on consent and move
Yes.
forward. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you sharing that, and I think that goes to be stated again that the way that Von der Lande was portrayed, it was made to seem as if they did not do what they were supposed to do. But the things that were brought up were things that were contingent upon them, I believe, pulling a land use permit, which they did not do. So they weren't required to do the things that were being asked of them. But as Commissioner Burrow stated, they're still moving along with those things. So really just want to emphasize that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, John.
Thank you. Next case is other business item number 11 of 2025, which is to consider installing more than 5 EV charging stations for a total of 6 stations on a non-residentially zoned property for EnviroSpark and Energy Solutions. The property is located on the east side of Windy Ridge Parkway, north of Paris Ferry Road, in land lots 1007 and 1008 of the 17th District. Staff recommends approval, subject to the plans contained in the other business packet. The applicant is here. Is there anyone here opposed to other business item number 11? Let the record show there's no one opposed. Other business item number 12 of 2025 is to consider amending the site plan stipulations for Robert Bueller regarding rezoning application Z123 of 1992. The property is located on the east side of Edgemere Trace, east of Edgemere Lake Circle, in land lot 684 of the 16th District. Staff recommends approval, subject to number 1, stormwater management comments, number 2, maximum of 35% impervious surface, number 3, 10-foot undisturbed buffer to be deleted for this lot, and number 4, all remaining stipulations not in conflict with this amendment to remain in effect. The applicant is here. Is there anyone here opposed to other business item number 12? Let the record show there's no one opposed.
John, Commissioner Burrow has a comment.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to Mr. Bueller for meeting with his neighbors and the HOA president and kind of explaining his plan for the pool for his grandchildren and agreeing to work with them and get their approval. Thank you.
Okay, and next item and last item is other business item number 13 of 2025, which is to consider amending the site plan stipulations for Emery Floyd regarding rezoning application Z70 of 1999. The property is located on the north side of Hampton Estates Drive, north of Hampton Valley Drive, in land lot 488 of the 19th District. Staff recommends approval, subject to number 1, the buffer is to be reduced to a 20-foot landscape buffer, and number 2, all remaining stipulations not in conflict with this amendment to remain in effect. Is the applicant present? Let the record show the applicant is here. Is there anyone here opposed to other business item number 13? Let the record show there's no one opposed. And that completes the consent agenda, Madam Chair and Board.
All right, Commissioners, is there anything else to add? Okay. With that, Commissioners, I move that we approve the consent agenda as it has been shared.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? Call the question. The motion carries 4-0. And John, I'm not seeing anything else on our agenda. Did I miss something?
And that completes your agenda for a record,
Another record,
13 minutes.
another record broken.
Before it gets to 14, that concludes our hearing for today. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the rest of your week.